Hey, what's up everyone? Lara here from testprepinsight.com, and today we're going to be reviewing the nursing.com NCLEX review course to see how it stacks up against all the other NCLEX prep companies. And just a heads up that since I'll be covering the major highlights in this video and trying to keep things brief, if you need more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written review of nursing.com on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight nursing.com review. All right, so to keep this review on the shorter side and hopefully in a helpful format for you, I'm going to kind of explain how the nursing.com NCLEX prep program works and give you my commentary along the way about what we like and don't like. I think that'll be best. And let's just start with a quick overview of the features so that we have a baseline. Nursing.com gives you over 8,000 practice problems, 360 or so video lessons, cheat sheets, a number of review books, printed and digital, a study plan, some bonus tools, and their NCLEX program, which gives you a simulated version of the actual NCLEX. Nursing.com is essentially a platform of study aids and tools, all geared to help you get through nursing school and pass the NCLEX. And that's actually a good point to clarify something here. I'm just covering nursing.com's NCLEX review program in this video. This isn't covering the nursing school's study aids and resources that they provide, just the NCLEX materials. But before we get into the nitty-gritty here, let's discuss cost. Most NCLEX prep tools are pretty reasonably priced these days, but nursing.com is an especially good value. They use a front-loaded installment plan for payment, but in short, the monthly package, which is their most popular, is about $60 a month, and the 2-year plan is about $500 total. These are all very solid price points. Plus, you can almost always find their course on sale for at least a third off, making it a particularly good value, so make sure to check for that. In fact, I'll do my best to keep the description below updated with the most current discount and promo codes floating around there. So make sure to check that text below the video screen and maybe save yourself some money if you decide to go with nursing.com. All right, so let's start getting into the pros and cons. My first pro from nursing.com is the NCLEX, but to understand how that functions within the course, let me start with a quick rundown of how everything works. The dashboard is where you land when you first log in. You'll probably spend a little bit of time there because it gives you links to some useful study tools and metrics, but it's mainly just a jumping off point to the study materials. Now, of these, the NCLEX is where you'll probably spend the majority of your time. Even if you need a ton of content review to go along with the practice work, you will still spend a lot of time doing simulated practice tests with the NCLEX program. And honestly, I think it's where you get the most value with nursing.com. Of all the NCLEX simulators we've seen and tested out, it's definitely one of, if not the best in the space. Nurse Plus Academy has a pretty good version too, but nursing.com's NCLEX is very good. It mirrors the real NCLEX by adapting the difficulty level based on whether you're getting questions right or wrong, and it'll give you the same number of questions you would get on the real exam. It's a very realistic mock-up. Nursing.com now offers unlimited NCLEX attempts too, which provides a little extra cushion for those with test anxiety. The second pro is the question bank. One of the coolest parts of their NCLEX is that you can also get next-gen question types. Very few prep companies offer similar next-gen item types, like drag-and-drop rationales and matrix multiple response. From a format perspective, the NCLEX is about the most complicated exam on earth, so it's crucial that you practice with these new question types to make sure you're conditioned for the real thing. So that's a huge leg up that nursing.com has on a lot of prep companies. It's also worth noting that you can easily access their practice questions from anywhere through the included mobile app. The app also includes global rankings, so you can see how you're doing compared to most students, plus detailed analytics by category to give you a better idea of your progress. Overall, it's a great learning tool as it uses spaced repetition and alternate format questions to help you learn the content thoroughly. On top of that, after every NCLEX attempt, you also get a score report which tells you whether you passed or failed, which subjects you're weak in, rationales for the problems you missed to help you learn from your mistakes, and links over to relevant lessons. If and when you pinpoint that you're weak in a few key areas, one of the tabs on the top is called Practice Questions, where you can create custom quizzes. This is a lot like the NCLEX, but obviously just for narrow and targeted practice problem sets with certain problem types. Plus, every nursing.com problem comes with a detailed rationale explaining why the answer choices are correct or incorrect. The rationales are solid, though we'd like to see more visuals, but they certainly get the job done. Now, beyond the NCLEX and practice quiz generator, there's the content review materials. But first, before I dive into that and forget, I should mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we give away a free prep course to one lucky person. It's super simple to enter and everyone is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description. It'll take you less than 10 seconds. And hey, you never know, you could win a free nursing.com NCLEX review course. All right, so on to pro number 3, the video lessons. You get about 360 of these on-demand video lessons, which cover everything that's going to be tested on the NCLEX, and they're all really good. Nursing.com has upgraded the format of these videos, and they're all short and digestible now, usually just about 10 minutes long, and feature all sorts of sharp graphics and diagrams for visual learners. And by the way, if you want to see some pictures and screenshots of what I'm talking about with these video lessons, make sure to check out that full written review on our website that I mentioned. The link will be down below for you. My final pro is all of the additional study resources in a variety of formats. Beyond the videos, the recently expanded visual support library now includes over 350 nursing cheat sheets, 140 nursing care plans, 300 mnemonics, 400 Picmonics, as long as you have a Picmonic account, and even 8 ebooks that complement the video course and are well suited for visual learners. So they give you a lot of different ways to engage with the material, no matter your learning style. I will say the one downside to all these resources is that they're not well integrated into the course. They contain a lot of useful info, which we really appreciate, but they feel more like an add-on and they're not a key component of the study plan. For text-based learners, I think these books would be really helpful because they do contain a lot of nice graphics and sample problems and bullet points. But the video lessons are more valuable in my opinion. And that last point about study material integration leads into my first con, which is the study plan. Nursing.com gives you 2, 4, 6, and 12-week suggested study plans for your NCLEX prep, but they're not my favorite. They're a separate PDF and calendar form that you print off to help guide your studies. There is some value in these study plans because they give you a day-by-day breakdown, but they just don't do a great job integrating in all of your study materials. Some other courses like Kaplan do a much better job creating a sort of step-by-step approach where they give you sequenced assignments that build on each other, and all the materials are spoon-fed to you. In contrast, Nursing.com is more self-driven, and it's kind of on you to steer your own prep. There's the study plan, but from a guidance perspective, it's much less rigid and integrated than other courses. Con number 2 is that there's no live course if that's important to you. Everything is self-driven and self-paced, which is fine for independent learners, but I'd like to see them add a live course package as well to accommodate all kinds of learners. Finally, the last con is related, which is that there isn't a way for you to get feedback from a personal instructor, whether through a live instructor or via email. Your only option for asking questions is to check in with fellow students via the private members-only group. And having that support option is nice, but it's not the same as knowing you'll get a quick, trustworthy answer from a verified expert. That's nursing.com in a nutshell. Honestly, from a substantive perspective, there's really not much to knock with nursing.com. It's really just sort of that last study planner tool I just noted that we could find issues with. Otherwise, they just do everything really well, and the study materials are some of the best in the space. All right, that about does it for the details. So it's now time for my final verdict. Is nursing.com worth it? Well, I think the short answer here is yes. Nursing.com was and still is one of the better NCLEX prep courses we've taken and reviewed. Their NCLEX is the most realistic NCLEX simulator we've used, and the next-gen item types they've added have given them a major advantage over a lot of other companies. Plus, their video lessons, cheat sheets, and books all provide awesome coverage of hard content review that you need. The only complaint we could really find is that the course is a little less structured than others. I think their suggested study plan could use a little work and maybe even be incorporated directly into the dashboard in an interactive format. But other than that, nursing.com is an awesome prep option that we grade out is one of the best courses on the market. At the end of the day, nursing.com is best for visual learners who value a realistic NCLEX simulator and a variety of study tools. But anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure to respond to this video by subscribing, liking, and leaving a comment with any tips or questions about preparing for the NCLEX. Don't forget to check out our website at testprepinsight.com and browse the rest of our YouTube channel for more reviews and comparisons. As always, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you in the next one.